Welcome to Pickleball Journey. Today we are talking about 3 tips on when to hit the drive in gameplay. And be sure to stay tuned to the end where we share the #1 tip on when to hit the drive.
Let's get into it.
All right, so tip #1 on when to hit the drive. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up, I'm gonna be the server, Elisha over there, he is the returner. I also am gonna be the driver. So this first tip, what we really wanna focus on is the whereabouts of our opponent. So oftentimes when people hit the drive, they're more focused on the type of ball that they have. Is it easy enough to drive? But here what we're telling you is pay attention to where your opponent is at. Typically you're gonna have 2 people on the other side because we're playing doubles. The person over on this side is already gonna be at the net. He's probably gonna be crowding over a little bit too. So I'm gonna hit one here and I want you to focus on where Elisha is. And as the driver here, if he's not at that kitchen line, I don't need to hit a drop, but I can hit a drive, whether it's 100% speed or if it's 90, 80, 70%. It's just a shot that I'm getting at his feet. So we'll do 1 or 2 here where we're looking at, I'm watching where is he at? All right, he's not in yet. So I'm just hitting a drive there. So that can allow me to get, a shorter ball so then I can hit the drop. So that's the first tip.
All right, so our next tip for you guys is going to be the readiness of your opponent, right? So Justin's gonna be our driver. He's going to be aware and analyzing me, his opponent's ready position. So I've been watching some 3.5 level play. I've seen some interesting forms, but that's the beautiful thing about pickleball. You see all kinds of forms. But one person was holding on to his paddle on the backhand side, okay? So if Justin were to see this, Justin, what would you do in that situation?
Yeah, so I'm seeing that and I'm thinking, all right, he's gonna have a tough time hitting this type of shot,
Absolutely.
Right?
So Justin, he's gonna be looking for that dominant shoulder or that dominant side because I'm holding on to my paddle on the backhand side. So one example of this, he's gonna hit to that. I'm gonna hold here and I'll barely be able to get my paddle around. And even if I do, he's gonna have an easy ball on that next ball to hit a drop, okay, to get into that kitchen line. The same thing I've seen in another 3.5 level video is this guy, he had his paddle on the forehand side down and low. So Justin, back to you. What are you gonna do when I have my paddle like this?
Same thing. I'm seeing, all right, he's gonna have a tough time getting to the opposite side.
Absolutely. So Justin's gonna be hitting to that backhand side. So I'm gonna hit this ball again, go in the back. I gotta get my paddle over here. I'm gonna have it low. Okay, and I have a hard time getting it. And even if I get it, that next ball, he'll have an easy ball to either drive it again or drop it in. So those are some big things to be looking out for in your opponents in their ready position so that you can kind of find the chink in the armor.
Yeah, and my biggest takeaway, this is so important at all levels because too often we're just focused on our own game, our self. We're not saying, hey, if I take a look at my opponent, what are some weaknesses or things I can do to win the points? All right, so this last tip is crucial, but not as crucial as you smashing the like button for the algorithm.
Do it.
Let's get into it. So this tip, again, we're focusing on when to hit the drive. Too often, people only focus on the type of ball that they get. What we're wanting to share here is hitting the drive when you're moving backwards. So you've gotten a deep ball that's pushing you back. Your weight is actually shifted backwards. Typically, we want to hit a drop with our weight shifting forwards because it's really hard to have good contact.
Good touch.
It's hard to have good touch when we're going backwards. So what we want to do with this drive, and Elisha will hit a couple, I'm going to be moving back and I want to hit a ball that's about 70% speed. Not trying to win the point, just trying to get back into it. So we'll just share 1 or 2 shots of this here. I'm falling back, but I'm just getting that ball in. This is 65, 70%. I'm not trying to win the point here.
It's just to get that next ball so that you can hit that drop.